And one of the people I wrote down was Bryan Callen.
Oh,
He just had a part in The Joker. He says one line in it. He's a
oh,
national touring headliner. He has a house in Malibu and
oh.
I think 2 daughters and a wife.
So you see this? This is how these girls. He's got a house in Malibu. He's famous. He's got 2 daughters. He's rich. I want to be a part of this, but I can't because I'm a rapee. I'm just one of the lost girls. Listen to this. This is sad, right? I want Brian to be a raper, not a rapee.
Callen. He just had a part in The Joker. He says one line in it. He's a national touring headliner. He has a house in Malibu and I think 2 daughters and a wife. But I had done comedy with him before, and I always knew that Brian was like flirty and kind of touchy, grabby,
Flirty.
feely.
Touchy, grabby,
I knew that he
feely.
had a girlfriend in one of the female comics, even though he was married. But
Oh, no.
I really thought that he was my friend
Aw.
and that he might care.
You see this,
So I
Jules?
drive to Helium Comedy Club to ask him for help.
Oh, my God.
And he proceeds to ask me if I'm on drugs.
Are you on drugs?
Put his hands all over me and hug me, which is, he was always like that, right?
Ooh, so listen to this girl describing her little incident, her run-in with Bryan Callen. Ooh, are you nervous right now? Are you in love with me? Most girls are in love with me. You feel my hands creep down your back? Yum, yum. Japanese yum yum. It's me. My kid's in school. You want
Sounds
to kiss?
just like him.
Listen to this. This is really
Put his hands all over me and hug me, which is, he was always like that, right? So I ended up going, I don't know why I did this, because I was just kind of broken and lost. I went to dinner with him in the feature. And by the way, the feature who was featuring for him was a comic who'd only been doing comedy for 2 years. But that's how it is in the industry.
Oh.
A lot of these headliners, especially the ones that cheat on their wives, they like to take
Whoa.
women, male comics that will help them get some side, you know what. They don't care if
These
you're funny.
poor women,
That's not what it's about. And if you're a female and you're going and featuring for them, some of them want you to or be like super, 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 like funnier than most men because you are a female, right?
Oh, man.
Anyways, I see a few of you yawning, so I'm trying to hurry up this story. I'm like, Ronan Farrow wouldn't be yawning at this story. He'd be writing it down. So I take them home in my little Prius. This time I had bought a Prius in Texas.
You're a bad comic.
Long story, too, with the court order of the judge.
What are you talking about?
You're bombing.
Which was insane because he wasn't even in the state. But the feature wanted to be let out before the hotel. I don't know why. I don't know if him and Brian had talked first, but it was methodical in my opinion because he was like, oh, just let me out here. I'm like, oh, okay. So I let out the feature, and Brian's in the back. And I'm like, where's your hotel? And he's like, oh, it's right here. So I pull up, and he's like, hey, what about that blowjob?
Whoa.
And I was like, excuse me? He's
What
like,
about that
you were joking around
blowjob?
about a blowjob. I was like, yeah, I was making a joke about how females.
Imagine Brian, what is his name? Callen. 57 years old. Hey, what about that blowjob? Hey, little girl. I know you're lost and confused in the world. What about that blowjob that you give to me, Bryan Callen? I'm the man, right? Ooh.
Peeking up front from the back.
Ooh, I'm Bryan Callen. Ooh, don't you love riding on my Johnson-esque? Ooh, ooh, yeah. This is a sex god, right? He's into everything. The underground, the screwy Louie, the long lick. Imagine my anus, Jules, getting licked in all sorts of way. Ugh. It's dastardly and cold. Not what people want, but it's what he gets. A butt lick. Butthole tisk. Couple of butthole kisses and licks. Isn't that sick?
Can't ever get stage time, and I feel like they have to like do as like it was a joke. And he was like, well, what about it? I'm like, I'm not gonna give you a blowjob for stage time. Well, I give you money too. Not just stage time. Stage time and money. What about it?
Ooh.